to the channel, I decided that I'm going to start doing some videos on some of the work I do on the Jeep and some of the different modifications I do, as well as some of the trips and things like that. And I thought I would record them and take everybody along for the ride. See if it's something that people are interested in watching. A little bit of a walk around and introduce myself and introduce the Jeep and tell you some of the things I've already done. I started working on this Jeep about 8 or 9 years ago. It's been kind of a slow thing, you know, building a little bit at a time, trying to make my dream come true. And I should have filmed a lot of it before that I didn't. But there's going to be a lot of changes coming. So, like I say, it's been 8 years. I love the Jeep. I love the things I've done to it, but the paint's getting kind of faded and older, and I think I'm going to change the paint color, and there's some modifications to the body I want to do, and I want to finish up some stuff on the suspension, things like that. Maybe do an axle swap, a few little odds and ends like that. But it's a very nice Jeep, very far along, and I think if I can get the last few things done, kind of update everything, you know, I've wheeled it pretty good over the last 8 years, and really, to be honest, I haven't kept it up as good as I should. I mean, and when I say kept it up, I mean like keeping the frame clean and the underside clean after a wheeling trip, or the rare times we do get snow. They put salt and brine down on the roads here, and it is hard on paint underneath the frame rails, and the axles are absolutely terrible. So things like that need to be addressed, you know, cleaned up. But anyway, I thought I'd take you guys along for the ride and see what you think about it, and maybe get some good input from the comment section. I'm brand new to this. I've never done any videos whatsoever. I did a little snippet video, slideshow video, months ago and put on YouTube, and for no more than it was, I was actually surprised how many people have watched it and subscribed and so forth, and I thought, well, maybe it's time to make some real videos. So anyway, we're going to go with that, and we'll see what happens. So this is it. This is my 2000 Jeep TJ. She started life out as a little short Jeep, and my favorite Jeep is the Jeep LJ, and I decided I wanted to build my own. I was a body man by profession for about 30 years, so I took those tools and decided to build my own version, the Tj6. So I guess we'll go front to back. So on the front, I have a custom built bumper. Couldn't decide what I wanted, so I decided to build one myself. Put a Super Winch TS 9500 on it. Bought it used, put a synthetic line on it. Works really good. Let's see, we've got KC lights. Those things are amazing. You'd really be surprised.
but they're quite pricey, so I have found others that are a little bit better for less money. So I'm into them now, so I guess we'll just keep them. Now, let's see, we did full crossover steering. We still have a Dana 30 in the front. It's held up quite well. I've been running this Dana 30 on 37s for about, I guess, 6 years. So I have no complaints. I keep an eye on everything though, because last thing I want to do is bend an axle tube. We have a rock crawler 2-inch lift springs, Rancho shocks, the adjustable 9000 series shocks. I like them really well because if I'm on the road driving around, then I can tune them how I want, and if I go off road, I can actually soften them up quite a bit. The tires we're running are Cooper STT Pros and KMC Grenade wheels. These things are incredible. First set of beadlocks I've ever owned. They really they're just something else. I'm in love with them. All the body armor on it is Poison Spider. Yeah, that's kind of old school, but when I built this Jeep, I bought the armor for it about 7-8 years ago. This was the big thing. This is what everybody had, and I went with what everybody had. Seems like Moto Build is a little more popular these days, and Poison Spider's kind of gone to the wayside. The lift, the actual suspension, we went with a rock crawler suspension. I believe it's their extreme suspension, long arm suspension. This is incredible. It really gives you a lot of belly clearance. It rides so good over not only just on the road but on the trail. It's really nice. I would not change it. That's probably one of my most favorite things after the stretch. So a little bit back to the stretch. So when we did the stretch on it, right here is where we cut it. We cut it straight down through here, and we extended it 15 inches. That made the tub the exact length of an LJ, but the thing that it has over an LJ is it actually have 5 extra inches of stretch on the suspension over an LJ. So it gives me, actually I'm sitting right now at a 109-inch wheelbase. I love it. I think it's about the most perfect wheelbase you can get. We have best top, slant back top. It's a pretty good top. I mean, it's about the best you can get. It's one of my favorites. I wish I'd have got the twill, but when I bought this, the twill wasn't available, and like a month later, the twill dropped, and I really wish I'd have got it. I love the best top. I love how it looks. It functions really well. It's quiet. Mine is quite quiet inside. On the back end, we did the Tj6 tailgate, and that's really cool. I really like it. We went with the Trail tail lights and swag off-road rear bumper. So I think that is the highlights. Now in the rear, we did let's see if I can get down here where you can see, we did a 4 to 8.8 on the rear. And when I did all the suspension, originally I bought the 4 to 8.8 and put in it. Had the front re-geared to 410 so it would match the back, and I had a rough country long arm suspension on it before it was stretched. But once I got the stretch done, I decided I had to step it up. So when I went to the rock crawler system, and it's night and day between the two. Of course, it's night and day between the price, but it's also night and day between the functionality. This thing, it flexes, and I have 12-inch travel shocks front and rear, and it uses every bit of it and doesn't bind. It works really well. But one of the great things with the 4 to 8.8 is it changes it over to 4-wheel disc brakes, and that really improves the brake feel of the Jeep with 37s on it. Another thing I did, I went with power stop brake pads on it. front and rear, and it's like a cheat code for stopping this thing, because before it was pretty rough in traffic when you had to stop fast, and then I put the power stop brakes on it, and it made a world of difference. So let's step over here and go to the inside. So on the inside, we have PRP seats, and we have a GenRight fastback roll cage. So the fastback roll cage, I loved it, and I wasn't sure. Don't pay attention, that's a little bit of foam up there to keep the top nice and quiet. But with the fastback roll cage, I love the look of it, and at some point I would like to do an aluminum top and, you know, be able to run it that way. But for the time being with this, I added a section of roll cage to the rear. I did a rear hoop and tied it in a way that if I ever change it over, I can actually cut that off quite easily. So for now, it holds the Trek top up really good. It does a really good job on everything. We did do Raptor liner on the bed throughout the 4 floorboards. Turned out really nice. Like I said, the Jeep needs cleaned. It spends most of its life in the garage. I get it out about 2 or 3 times a month and take it on a quick trail ride. This little deal right here, I don't even remember who makes it. I got it on Amazon. It was like $69. It puts Apple CarPlay in my Jeep, and it was super simple. You plug up 2 wires. It even comes with a backup camera. It has a forward-facing camera, and once you set your phone up to enable the Bluetooth on it, it immediately logs on as soon as you start the Jeep up, and you're able to have your maps on here, and you can listen to Spotify or whatever you want to do on it. It's really, really cool. Up here, I mounted my aux beam. Now, when I bought the aux beam, it was, if I remember right, it was on sale, and I thought, man, one of these days I'm going to need that. So whether it be for lockers and all that, and so I went ahead and bought the 8-gang and installed it up there. I love it. It's right out of the way. Most of the time I don't even notice it's there unless I'm driving at night, and then I see it glowing. But I have half doors. These are factory half doors. They're not in the best shape, but they do the job. So under the hood, let me get the hood raised on it, and we'll see if we can tell you a little bit about what's under there. All right, so under here it's the 4.0, has the 5-speed transmission behind it. The engine, about 3 years ago, I think it had about 250 or 60,000 miles on it. I pulled the engine. It had the typical 4.0 piston slap. I put new pistons, replaced all the bearings, pump, cam lifters, everything. In fact, there's not anything on this that's not new. There's new injectors, new injector rail. I put PSC steering components, power steering pump, reservoir, and right here's the cooler. It was more of a reliability thing than anything. The Jeep still has, as far as I know, the factory power steering pump on it. They had a lot of miles on it, so I didn't want to take a chance getting out somewhere and having a problem with it. So let's see, we did the the BBK throttle body. It's a little bit larger than stock. Be honest with you, I really can't tell any difference between it and the factory one. It might be a tiny bit better, but it's not really noticeable. It didn't really help fuel mileage or anything like that. But once again, I was replacing a part that was had a lot of mileage on it. So anything I've had to replace on it through the years, I always tried to buy the best part I could get, and that's kind of the way I went with it. Now, I did do a Mishimoto radiator, and for For the life of me, I can't think of the name of the fan. It's a Agilite or something like that. Anyway, I did the fan. I love the fan and radiator. This thing, it cools like nobody's business. It has a controller for the fan right here on the side. You can set it to turn on and off however you want. In the summer, I set it in one spot, and then in the winter, when I want a little extra heat in the Jeep, then I put it on the other spot. Here's the aux beam control box. Comes with the breaker. I love it. I mean, anything you could think of putting on it. If I put rock lights or anything like that, it gets wired in through there. Right now, I have the fan wired to it. I have my fog lights wired to it, and a few little things. I only use a couple things on it. I went with Optima battery. This thing never lets me down. I don't care how long it sits, it fires right up every time. So the Jeep has had pretty much everything on this thing in the last 7 years has been replaced or rebuilt, except for the transmission and transfer case, and they work perfect. So when they start giving me any trouble, then I'll replace them with something else. You know, of course, ultimately, I would love to do an LS swap with a 4060 automatic transmission. That's the dream one day. But right now, you know, the next major goal I'd like to do would be put a set of JK44 axles, Rubicon axles in it, re-gear them to probably 488s or 513s, and try to help the 4.0 have a little bit more guts going down the road. So that is a basic overview. If there's anything you'd like to hear more specific, put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. And once again, forgive me, it is dirty. It's been terrible rain here, and you know, it is what it is. So I'm hoping to do a few projects on it. I bought the ball joint delete system for it. So at some point I'm gonna put those in. I'd like to make a video on how you do that. So I've watched several videos, but they're just not real in depth, because the ball joint delete system is quite a bit different than standard ball joints. And I put these Alloy USA ball joints in it about 3 years ago when I was daily driving it, and 3 years later, and probably only about 5,000 miles, they need changed. It's sad that you don't get more than that out of a set of ball joints, but I've heard really good things out of the ball joint delete system, and we're going to give that a shot. Oh yeah, I do have anti-rock front sway bar. That thing is incredible. I mean, it's so nice not to have to get out and disconnect your sway bar just to go off-road, and it really makes a good difference on how it drives on the highway. It's unbearable without it. I've tried it. I couldn't drive it without it. I'd like to do a anti-rock on the back. It's got the factory sway bar on it right now. There's a lot of little things I'm sure I'm forgetting, and anything you want more in depth on, like the engine or the exhaust, because everything on it's been replaced. It has stainless steel headers. It has, I think, Banks exhaust, and I don't remember what muffler I put on it, but it was a higher end muffler. It sounds pretty good. It's not too obnoxious. It's nice and quiet. It's got a pre-cat on it, and new catalytic converters, and I put a resignator on it, and I guess because I'm getting older, I don't like real loud vehicles anymore. So I guess we'll end the video here. I'd like to thank everybody for checking it out. Like I said in the beginning, I'm new at this. I really don't know how to make videos. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm sure it shows. But be nice in the comments. I'll take any constructive criticism, anything to make it better, and anything you do want to see or you want to know about, man, just leave a comment. thank you for checking out my Jeep. It's a long way from done, but it's a long way from where it started. I appreciate it. If you don't mind, hit the like and subscribe button. Help me get this channel up and running. Everybody have a good one. Bye-bye.